So 2 years ago, I was in a Whole Foods and the cashier asked me to donate to a cause that they really cared about, but I wasn't particularly inspired by. But I knew that if instead he had asked me to give to the Nature Conservancy, that I would have. And that was really when I realized that we can use customized technology to create value that doesn't exist before. My name is Patrick Hoban, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Parvenu. We're a 7-person technology startup that works all remotely. And what we do is we help retailers such as Adore Me raise more money for charity at checkout through personalization. We currently support 1.5 million charities, and we can personalize the donations so that if someone were buying dog food, for example, we can ask them to give to an animal shelter. Or if someone's buying diapers, we can ask them to give to a kids charity. Or if someone is refilling their medicine, we can ask them to donate to research for a cure. Anything to make it more personalized for them so that it's something that they already care about instead of just a random cause. And by personalizing it, we can make it more relatable and make more dollars go to charity overall. The challenge for us, though, was really around talking to the right kinds of people and making sure that we're having quality conversations with them. And as an early stage startup founder, there's never enough hours in the day. I was spending a lot of time switching between different applications, pulling in data from all kinds of different sources, and I didn't have a single place to keep it. As well as from an integration standpoint, the point of sale systems are exceedingly complex. There's a lot of different ones. And so the risk for us was really around a loss of momentum from not having the kind of speed that we need to get into these retailers. We risk talking to lower value retailers and spending time on repetitive tasks that need to get done, but that just don't add really any value by us doing them by hand. And also the risk for longer development cycles. And as a startup, if you lose momentum, you risk dying. That's when we found monday.com, though. We found monday.com through doing multiple different free trials, and I knew I needed something that was both simple and intuitive for the team, or else that they just wouldn't use it. And I was really drawn to how visual the platform was. The kind of impact that monday.com has had has been tremendous. Some of the use cases that we have for it is that we pull leads from all the different sources, such as our email campaigns, our LinkedIn campaigns, our landing pages, referral campaigns, and are able to bring them all automatically into Monday so that we have their contact information, their name, and all the context that we need around these different sales leads. This is our development sprints board. As I mentioned, we're an all remote team. So we have developers that are in Texas, Florida, and New York. And by using monday.com to manage our development sprints, it makes it really easy for our developers to collaborate as if they were in the same room. We also use monday.com to give us a source of transparency. I wanted to make sure that everyone who needs access to any information is always shared on those boards. So we have boards for marketing materials, or all of our developer passwords, or our API documentation. And all the people that need to see any kind of information are always shared on those boards, so we don't lose time going back and forth between each other. But by far and away, our main use for monday.com is as a CRM. On this one board alone, we have 149 automations and 52 integrations. And we do a lot with this board. As I mentioned, we'll pull in data from all of these different sources, and it gives us a single place where we can keep it all without having to switch between different applications and losing all this time. Additionally, we're able to run our LinkedIn campaigns directly from monday.com. I can change a single status, and it'll correlate to actually sending a person a LinkedIn message. We've also significantly reduced our follow-up times by automating how the follow-ups work. if a person hasn't responded to any of the messages that we've sent, 3 days later, it'll automatically change the status to the next status, which correlates to then sending them a message again. But if anyone ever responds to a message, then that I can change one status and it'll turn off all automations across LinkedIn, across email, so they don't get any duplicate emails. One of the biggest impacts that we've had with monday.com has come around giving us a high-level view of using dashboards to really drill down into the analytics. It gives us insights beyond things just like open rate and click rate into things such as the number of meetings that came from a campaign or the number of customers that we sign up from a particular campaign. Monday.com has had a tremendous impact on our business. One such example is before we were using monday.com, we were sending 1,000 emails per day to retailers. But since using monday.com, we've been able to send 2,000 emails a day. Before using Monday, only half of our leads were qualified leads. But since using monday.com, over 90% of our leads are now qualified. We've also seen a 2.5 times increase in the number of retailers that express interest in our platform on a daily basis, and a 3.5 times increase in the number of meetings that we book with those retailers. And for our business, this is the sales engine that fuels our entire growth. All of that is to say, it's accumulated in a 600% increase in our revenue since using monday.com. Automating our CRM has had a tremendous impact in terms of the time that it saves for us. As I said, as a startup founder, there's really not enough time in the day, and you always run out of time. And when I had to switch between all these different applications to see if someone has responded to an email, or if they've responded to a LinkedIn message, or if they've signed up through a landing page, I'm spending about 1.5 minutes per person switching just between these applications, and there's no real value add there. And doing that across 80 people every single day is an extra 2 hours that used to be out of my day that I now have back. In terms of the complicated integration, cycles that I mentioned, one of the biggest impacts on our business is how quickly we can get into those point of sale systems from the different retailers. And we've been able to get into 80% of the in-store point of sale systems and 50% of the online platforms in under a year using monday.com. This is all to say, if there's one thing I want you guys to take away from this, is that you can use customized technology to create value that didn't exist before. And I really want to show you one final statistic that I think summarizes that point. Before, if you just ask shoppers to donate at checkout, there's only an 8% chance that when you show them a blanket cause that they'll actually donate to it. But since using monday.com and through personalizing the donations at checkout, we've seen an increase to 25% donation success rate. That's more dollars going to planting trees, to saving children, to doing cancer research. And that really just goes to show the kind of impact that we can have on the world. Thank you, guys.